Hi everyone, how are you doing? How many of you as a child dreamed about doing something that came true as an adult? Thank you. My favorite author, Richard Bach, says, "You're never given a dream without the power to make it come true. You may have to work for it, however." I was 6 years old when someone gave me a book on Greek mythology. And I was totally fascinated by the stories of gods and goddesses and animals, half men. But it wasn't until one of my older sisters told me that Greece was not a fairy tale land, it was a real place. And she showed it to me on a map that this burning desire set in my heart to get to Greece somehow. Now, I grew up in India at a time when traveling by air was a very expensive proposition. And for a little girl to have a dream like that seemed like an impossible dream. But I was determined to go to Greece. And everyone teased me at schools, when they asked children, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" I said, "I want to go to Greece." The first thing I ever baked was a moussaka. And I just wanted to learn Greek. But the only European language that was taught in school was French. So I took French instead. I figured it doesn't matter. France is in Europe and I will get there somehow. And anyway, it's all Greek to me anyway. So I went to France. So I went on with my life, reading, absorbing every single thing I could about Greece. And then I went on to university. And I decided, okay, I need to make a concerted effort to learn Greek. But everywhere I looked, I drew a blank. But I heard there were German classes going on. And I said, well, heck, German begins with G. It's the same. It's closer to Greek. So I'll take German. Now, all of my fellow students at university just completely teased me mercilessly about it. And I remember in particular a friend of mine, James, telling me, "If you ever get to Greece, then I'm King Solomon and you're the Queen of Sheba." Well, as luck would have it, I gained a scholarship to go to France. And I said, well, it's not Greece, but France is closer to Greece than India was, so I'm off on my way. And I took the scholarship. And at the end of the year, I discovered that there were bus tours going to Greece. And I had saved up really hard for it because I knew about it. But when I raced to register for that tour, I found all the seats to Greece had been taken. The only seat left was one seat on a bus to Italy. And so I told myself, well, Italy is closer to Greece than France is. So I'm on my way. And I boarded that bus, and I recall with crystal clarity till this day the night that we arrived at the Vatican. And I was so passionately praying to God, get me off this bus and let me hop onto a ferry to go to Greece, for heaven's sake. This is not where I intended to be. And we clambered back in the darkness, back into the bus, all the students and I. And I sat there with tears welling up my eyes with disappointment, saying, what am I doing in Italy? I want to go to Greece. When suddenly in the darkness I heard this voice saying, "Voulez-vous aller en Grèce, mes amis?" Do you want to go to Greece, my friends? And I said, oh my God, God is a Frenchman. No, it wasn't. It was Jean-Michel. He was a bus driver, and his girlfriend was in Greece. And he said, if I show you everything there is to see in Italy in a week, can we go for the rest of the trip to Greece? I did it. I had the power to make my dream come true. In fact, I had diverted an entire bus of 40 people to the land of my dreams. I had the most marvelous time in Greece. I even got to speak German to some villagers on a mountaintop. A relic of World War II. They spoke German. But the best part was sending this postcard to my friend James saying, "Dear King Solomon, I'm having the time of my life. I wish you were here. Yours truly, the Queen of Sheba." Oh, one final thing before I leave. It's like change in perspective. Buber says, every journey has a secret destination that the traveler is not aware of. You see that French and that German that I learned? Well, it catapulted my career. In fact, it gave me opportunities that I would never have dreamed of having. And I worked in Europe for a few years, and that path led me to Canada and to my French-Canadian husband who's sitting right there. You see, when you follow your dream with full passion, with the persistence to overcome any kind of obstacles, and you keep going and you give it everything you've got, then God and His universe will conspire to make your dream come true. And more than that, what you learn and who you become on the journey of pursuing your dream will give you everything you want in life. Thank you.